Once more. With Phoebe. Yeah, baby. It's me. It's your boy with the shaved head and the Moses beard, back in black and white, wearing stripes, looking like he just escaped prison. And he's here. He's back. He is not black. He has quite a curly beard, but still not black. He is definitely Cuban, full Cuban on both sides of his family. It's not ancestral. They just both came from the same island. And yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, so we're back. Woo, dudes, and I'm sipping on coffee, and I took my vitamins today, so I'm feeling, whoa, virile, dude. Can you tell? I'm shouting at you already. Take a little sipperoo of water, make sure that my my pipes are fully lubricated. Because, dude, the last thing you want is to not have any lube. Yikes. All right, dudes. And dudettes, dude, I'm just saying, like, if you get offended by me saying dude all the time and not also saying dudette, just know that dude is a catch-all term, okay? That's how it works, okay? And if you live in Southern California at all, you know that is true, okay? I've had many a woman agree to that, and that is the truth down here. Everybody's a dude. Everybody dude. Dude, it just is what it is, okay? What's up, dudes? How y'all all living? In the streets? Ooh, you probably in the streets now. You out in the streets, you walking about, you doing your thing, dude. More or less, because it seems like everybody is. You know, maybe a little more street for some and a little less street for others. But, dude, things are happening, dude. We're moving, we're shaking, we're out in the world. That's kind of crazy. It felt like the world was imploding about 2 days ago, and then now all of a sudden everybody's out in the world. But you know what? Who knows what's really going on? You know, it's not like you could go to the news to figure that out. That would be too easy. Woo! Just throwing shade right out the gate on this podcast, and that's why we'll never be a huge syndicated platform because, you know, the powers that be will keep me down forever, man. What can I say? And, dude, I don't know, man. But it's up to you guys to make this happen. It's up to you guys to get the real knowledge out to the people. You know what I mean? Man, I sound so much like Alex Jones right now. It's up to you to make sure that the real knowledge gets out. Dude, this isn't even a news podcast. I was just talking about what's going on in the world. And right now we got a lot of stuff going on in the world, man. Dude, all sorts of places are opening up again. That's kind of cool. That's exciting. I don't know, man. I'm kind of into it, to be honest with you. I don't know if that's just because I'm young and dumb, but I'm kind of into it. I mean, listen, I'm not going to go make out with strangers on the beach or anything like that, but I mean, I don't know. Kind of into it. I don't really know exactly what's going to happen here. Who knows, you know? Maybe by winter or in a month or two, we'll just, everything will shut down again. And, then we'll just do this every 3 months, and it'll be cool. We'll just be on a 3 month. That'd be actually kind of sick. I mean, it'd be terrible because people are dying. So obviously that's terrible. But what I mean is every 3 months we just stay inside for a couple months and then we go out and be personable. I feel like that's my normal social schedule, to be honest with you. I go out. There's a month or two where I'm just yeah, let's just go out, hang out with people, see people all the time. And then there's there's a good solid 2-3 months where I'm just people. Do we really need them? And yet the truth is that you do need people. You really do. And I'm definitely at the point, I guess what I'm saying is with all that jazz. Okay, cool. Copyright strike right there. Just got taken off of YouTube right there because I sang a little bit of the song. Okay. Anyways, now that this podcast is completely ruined, all that jazz is just to say that I miss people. And I know that's dumb, and I know that I've said that before, and I know that that's obvious, but I mean, I really do miss people, man. It's weird being alone all the time. And, like, I'm not totally alone because, like, I have my family and stuff at my house. But, you know, you there's all not that I don't I love my family. That sounds terrible, and I know that most of them listen to this, so this is terrible. But it's not that I don't love my family. It's that, obviously your friends are people that you also choose to be around. Family, whatever. That sounds terrible. Oh my God. Okay, no, anyway, listen, I love my family. I've been enjoying a lot of family time, and I especially playing with my nephews and stuff like that, spending time with them. But like I just said, you choose your friends, and I want to go out and hang out with my friends, man. I miss them, dude. They make me better people. My friends make me better people. Not that my family doesn't as well, but also, obviously, I chose other people other than my family to associate myself with because they make me better people, and so I miss my homies, dude. All that is just say I miss the homies, dude. That's all. That's it. There's some family that you choose. There's some family that you don't choose, and I love them too. But there's some family that you choose, and I miss that family, dude. I miss that family a lot. As I'm sure you guys do. And I know that this is supposed to be a fun time, and I just brought it way down south, down by the river. Dude, I'm fully considering to just, honestly, just selling everything I have and moving into a van and living down by the river. That's a consideration that I've actually had in the past couple of weeks. There's this guy who is in my neighborhood, and he has an amazing Travato truck. Don't even really know the brand, but I think it's Travato. I mean, I know it's Travato, but I don't know anything about the Travato brand. But somebody showed me the inside of it one time, and it literally looks like nicer than I actually live already. And I live in a great neighborhood, and yeah, so it looks nicer than how I already live. So I'm considering doing that. I'm considering just moving into a van, and living down by the river, just like Chris Farley taught me, motivational speak. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, that's amazing. Chris Farley was like probably the funniest dude alive for a very long time. I don't know who it is right now, but right now it's Chris. I mean, back then it was Chris Farley. Freaking love that dude. He's so funny, and dude, that skit is so funny with it. Down by the river. Anyways, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. And I'm just saying that basically I'm going to live down by the river in a van by myself. Because, why not? We have to be by ourselves anyways. Might as well be by the river. I don't know what river, the Santa Ana River. Well, I'm talking about that like I live next to a great river. I live next to like basically Trash River, which is Santa Ana. The Santa Ana River. Not the, whatever, Santa Ana. But I mean, just like the Santa Ana River. What is that? It's like a trickle half the time because we're always in a drought, apparently. Always. Dude, I just realized that my cup legit matches my shirt. The little solo cups that we have. Oh, dude, because I held it up for a second and I looked up at the camera and I realized I'm like, oh man, I can't even see my cup. And that is what this podcast is, dude. If you're looking for it in the news, I mean, honestly, what I just told you that my cup matches my shirt is at least the truth. The news doesn't even tell you the truth anymore. So, and yeah, throwing shade, and it is what it is, dude. I mean, honestly, I feel like, listen, let's just get into it because, that's what we do, okay? I dig myself into a hole, okay? That's me digging myself into a hole, and then I can't get out of it for the whole podcast is you struggling, you watching me. The whole podcast, okay? The whole podcast is you watching me dig myself out of a hole that I created for myself, okay? I dig a ditch. I flail my body inside that ditch. Flail, okay? And then I spend the rest of the podcast digging myself out. That's what I do. And so here's the ditch that I created for myself today. The news just doesn't tell you anything anymore, dude. And if anything else, okay, if anything, okay? If this disaster does anything for us, I just hope that people actually take an honest. This won't happen, but I hope it does. I pray it does. But like, I honestly hope that people take a stock in, where they're getting their news from, because in actuality, like 10 out of 10 times during this thing, I have heard so much conflicting information on what we should and should not do, on what is safe and what is not safe. People have gone back and forth on what is actually should be done and shouldn't be done. And honestly, there's just been some straight up lies and faulty reporting from both sides of the aisle. Nobody is safe on this podcast. That's what you get when you talk to a libertarian. Anyways, man, dude, my philosophy is everybody leave everybody else alone. Live your life to the fullest. And, let God sort the rest out. That is my personal philosophy, especially when it comes to government. And now you know, and now you're going to unfollow me, and it doesn't matter. I don't care. Listen, I do this every week because it's fun for me, and I really hope that you enjoy it too. But that's the reality. That's how I feel. And, dudes, this is me digging myself further into the ditch. Here. Now I'm trying to jump out of the ditch that I have created. No, man, but listen, all I'm trying to say is that I really hope that, if nothing else, we start actually looking at where we're getting our news sources, myself included, because there have been many times during this thing where I thought I was doing everything right, and then all of a sudden, I realized that, whatever I was listening to was a complete lie or whatever. And so I feel like that has been really eye-opening for me throughout this, and that is something that will stick with me, is, dude, you got to figure out where you're getting your news sources from, man, because not everybody has your best interests in mind, man. All right, this is InfoWars apparently. So, anyways, yeah, dude, I miss the homies. I miss making music with the homies. It's crazy because it's like I'm all out of music. I released all the music that I had, so I'm out of music now. You'd think that I would have been proactive and made other music while I was waiting for that, while that music was coming out, so that way when that music is out, I would be able to put more music out, but I didn't do that. So now I just got to make more music in a rush, because that's how that always goes. No, dude, but for real though, honestly, one of my goals for this year was to work with more artists, was to work with more people. I don't know. And that has not happened because I can't see people. I can't see them with my own two eyes. I don't know why I went British for that, but I did, and now we're here. And your boy is gonna sneeze. He's gonna sneeze. Coronavirus is just getting real. Dude, maybe that's what that was. I don't know. I hope it wasn't. I hope it isn't, to be honest. But you never know. Dude. Anyways, man. But I feel like that, though. Every time I get a cough or a sneeze or a tickle in my throat, I'm like, oh, that's it. That's it right there. Here we go. Gonna ride that Bronco. I don't even know what a Bronco is other than a sports team, and I don't even watch sports. Listen. I don't know what I'm talking about. I never do. I never do on this podcast. I start it, and I write a bunch of notes that are mostly self-sabotage. My first note today was podcasts are fun. What does that even mean, dude? How am I supposed to talk about that for a half hour? Don't know, but I wrote it down there, and it's there. So, and then the second thing was I miss the homies, which is 2 seconds of talk. 2 seconds. I miss the homies. No, dude, I really do, though. I miss the homies. I miss making music with the homies. I wish that they could come into the studio and make music with me. I don't know. Maybe with some of these new ordinances, we'll actually be able to do that kind of thing. But it's real hard to make music with masks on, dude. It's real hard. Just gonna be honest on that one. So I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work. How do you run a studio? It's one of those things where it's I always hate complaining because obviously some other people are having way worse times than I am. And when it comes to music and stuff, when it comes to life, okay, they're having way worse times than I am. People they know are dying, stuff like that. That's way terrible. So anyways, but all I'm saying is it's my industry is crazy off the rails, dude. What do we do, man? And you know what? I'm just saying, I heard this quote the other day, which totally blew me away, which was whoa, that's real. It was remember, as I said, as you read another book, as you listen to your favorite playlist during this time, or as you, wow, can't remember the third one. Wow. Okay. It was as you read your favorite book, as you listen to your favorite playlist, as you watch your next TV show on Netflix, remember that during a time of trouble, you turn to art. And I thought that was pretty profound and true. Now, having said that, it's real hard to make art when you can't see people because art is collaborative. Most of the time, at least. So yeah. Anyways, it's just interesting, and that's why I'm saying like I hate to complain about not being able to make art the way I wanted to make art, because obviously people are having a worse time than I am during this, right? And there's worse things to be had to have been done. But having said that, it is gonna be weird when things, even in like in like Hollywood or whatever, start to slow down because like. You can't make another season of a show if you don't have people showing up to the show to work. Like there's hundreds of people that work on these shows. It's not just like one guy. It's not just the actors and a guy with a camera. It's like literally dozens of people that show up and they're just like, there's the guy who holds the mic. There's the guy who holds the pack that records the thing from the mic. And he's like, yep, things are recording and like stuff like that. So, I mean, there's ADs, there's DPs, there's like all sorts of things and so many acronyms to be had, you know? And each one of those acronyms is a person. And yeah, so if they can't all get together in a room and make something for you to watch on Netflix, then what do? You know, you watch this podcast. That's what you do. But then eventually I only make one of these a week. You know what I mean, bro? So, dude, I should say dude, not bro, because bro is definitely about dudes. And dudes is just in general. But, you know, I guess it's just interesting. I wonder if there will be a slowdown. And I wonder if the people will notice that. Because, I mean, I don't know. How do you make a movie? How do you make a movie when you can't have people show up together, you know? I guess they're rich enough where they could just have everybody on the site tested. But, I mean, I don't know, man. It's a new world. It's a new world order. Dude, Captain's Log. The new world order. Yeah, man. You know what I just said right there? Captain's Log. You want to know why I said that? It's because I looked over at my notes and it says Captain's Log. Don't know. Again, why would I put that in the middle of the notes? Don't know. But, it's just self-sabotage, dude. I don't want myself to succeed. I want myself to stay exactly where I am. And that's fear. Dude, no, it's crazy. This world is crazy right now, man. Hope y'all are doing cool. Yeah, I definitely look like I escaped prison now because my head is shaved and I have the beard. So it looks like they were just like shaving it because there's no hairstylist in there or something. I mean, I'm assuming there isn't. Maybe there is. And then I grew the beard out because I didn't have anything to, I didn't have any way to shave because they won't give me a razor. And then, I got the stripy boys going on. So definitely look like I escaped prison. That's a real thing. Yeah, man. I don't know. People are walking the streets. They're living their lives. It's interesting, man. I wonder how long we're gonna have to do this because it's like something. I mean, this is supposed to be a fun podcast, but this is the topic of the hour. Let's be honest. And I wonder what it's gonna be like because it's like there's all these rules that places have to follow just to open up. Not that I disagree with the rules, but it's just like, how does some places keep up with that kind of thing, Like, how do you, at night, the lights just turned out in the podcast. It is now the at night version where we get racy. No, man, but I don't know. Some restaurants will, they're going to open up and they're not going to know what to do with themselves. Not just restaurants. Everybody just keeps saying restaurants. It's because that's where you actually have to take your mask off and put stuff in your face, so that you have to be extra careful there. But it's like, how do you open anything, man? I mean, Target never closed. I mean, so many big businesses never closed. Dude, how many things were essential, like, within 10 seconds? And you were like, that's not really essential. How is that essential? It was just, like, all this stuff that I was like, what? How are you essential? Like Starbucks, let's be honest. I went there almost every day to get coffee and stuff. But, like, that's not... What is essential? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. What is essential? Dude, I don't know. Every business is going to find a loophole. Everybody finds a loophole for everything, man. Everything's politicized now. It is what it is. Dude, this is the politics podcast. I don't know if you're ready for that, but that's reality. It's a politics podcast. Just dig myself further and further into that hole until I turn into like some sort of politics podcast, man. No, I don't know. My thing is always to try, like, I'm going to sound like such a douche because I'm going to sound like I'm trying to like toot my own horn here, but it's like my thing is always just come from a place of compassion, man. I mean, it's like if you know you're going to make people uncomfortable by not wearing a mask in a place, just wear the freaking mask. Wear the mask, dude. Like, it's not like, should it be mandatory? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like, laws should be as little laws as possible to get the thing done, right? We all agree certain laws should exist. Should, certain things be mandatory? Probably not. But should you just do it to not be a douche? Yeah, of course. Like, if you're going on a walk by yourself, don't wear one. But, like, if you're in a public place, so many times, dude, I walked into Home Depot the other day. Nobody was wearing a mask. It was like, what? Because you're building things, you don't need a, like, what? Like, the logic was so lost on me. And, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just don't be a douche, That's like the number one aspect of life. Just be kind to people and come from a place of compassion and try and keep people safe. Even if you think you're invincible and bulletproof, obviously not everyone is. So, anyway, man. Yeah, there's this one dude who my brother knows, and he literally has to take a pill every day. He had both his kidneys shot, gone. So his girlfriend like gave him one of her kidneys. They've been together for a real long time. They both basically have one kidney and they're both hers now. And now in order for him to survive, he has to take like these pills that literally suppress his immune system so his body doesn't get rid of the only kidney he has, which was given to him by his girlfriend. That guy, I don't know, man. He's a good guy from what I've heard. And like, I want to make sure that dude's around, and make sure that young lady's sacrifice isn't wasted. Anyway. Also, it's Memorial Day today. I mean, this is going to come out on Wednesday, but it's Memorial Day today. And speaking of sacrifices, thank you for everybody who has sacrificed their lives for me to be able to do silly stuff like this every Monday morning. You know what I mean? That is not lost on me. I want to thank everybody for their service, people who are in the service right now. I got a cousin I got multiple cousins who are in the service or have been in the service. And so, yeah, I want to thank them. Boys in blue, girls in blue, thank you also for your service. It's a little different, but it's still keeping us safe. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, we're literally getting close to a half hour already, and I don't even know what I even talked about. I never do, though. I literally, just so you know, during this podcast, I literally black out. I just turn my brain completely off, and I say whatever I want to say into this microphone. And you want to know why? Because I started this podcast on one principle and one principle only. And I told myself I wouldn't do it if it wasn't this. And the principle is that I'm here to have fun. That's it. If this is not fun, I'm not going to do it. That's what I told myself. I was like, dude, if it's not fun, you're not going to do it. And so what you should do is you just turn it on and have a good time. And that's it, dude. And if some of these are duds, it is what it is. And I'm having a good time. So therefore, hopefully you're having a good time, you know? Plus, we're in the at-night version of the podcast. And my body matches my cup. I don't know what else to say. That kind of coordination and that kind of planning is what you come here for, obviously. Yeah, dude, Memorial Day. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm like the only cousin who didn't join the military, I feel like all of my cousins joined the military except for me. Don't know what that says about me, but... No, I actually have just like a huge family. And so that's probably part of it, is that just, I don't know, half of them at least joined the military. Though, so that's a significant number. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I feel like every dude thinks he'd be good in the military, but I don't know if that'd be true for me. I wish it to be true. I'd hope it were true. I think I could channel some weird rage and like make that happen. But then I don't know if I could actually, I don't know. I'm also not good at following orders. So there's that. And that feels like most of it, to be honest with you, following orders from somebody else. Hopefully your chain of command is good and you listen to whoever it is that is above you, and, things get done and the world keeps turning. I don't know if I'm very good at that, though, to be honest with you. And I don't mean that in a way that like it's like bad for other people. I'm just saying, like, I don't think I'm personally very good at that. And that's actually probably a problem in my life. I'm not good at following orders. It's a blessing and a curse, because there's times where it's like, it's great because, I go to the beat of my own drum, whatever the hell that saying is. I don't know. I got a drum and I'm playing it. That's my drum solo. And that's the beat of my drum. And it's clearly not in time with anybody else's drum because it doesn't make any sense. So, yeah. Don't know if I do well there. Maybe they just bust my drum and be like, son, you need a new drum. I don't know, man. That could be what happens. But I'm glad that a lot of other people make that sacrifice in order for the rest of us to live the beautiful, amazing lives we do in America, man. A lot of people still try to come to this country, dude, because we, for all our faults, we're a beautiful, wonderful place. And I still hold true to that. Again, for all our faults. No place is perfect, but I think we do a damn good job. Again, no place is perfect. We got a lot of issues. We got tremendous issues, if you know what I mean. We got other things. We got other dumb issues too. But I don't know, man. We're doing what we can. Okay. I think we do pretty dang good, especially. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, man. Apparently, you know what? This podcast is just going to be called MURICA. That's what this podcast is going to be called. Because, honestly, that's all I talked about this entire podcast, was just being American. Whether it had to do with COVID, whether it had to do with Memorial, or whether it had to do with digging ditches. I dug some ditches, and that's what this is. This is my version of digging ditches. Because apparently I'm on a chain gang, because apparently I'm in prison when I wear this shirt. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Okay? I just escaped prison. I clearly don't know what's going on yet. They don't, give you great news on the inside, okay? Just escaped. Haven't even gotten new clothes yet. Still doing a podcast for you, okay? I don't know what else to tell you. I'm doing what I can, okay? I had 5 minutes to research any news before I jumped on here, and, inmate number 37, okay? That was my name before. This is terrible. It's terrible. Oh, man. One of my homies has been saying that I'm thinking about doing it. I'm going to try and see if I can maybe, I hesitate to say it on here, but I really want to up the level again. My two things with this podcast that I really wanted to do, period, from day one, was one, has to be fun every time. If it is not fun, I will not do it again, and I've been having a great time every single time. It's been great to come here every single week, and I love it. But number two, the thing is, I always wanted to up the ante, and I hope you guys have been noticing that. I've been trying to up the ante every single week, trying to do something different, whether it's quality videos, up in the quality of that, up in the quality of the space around me, having people on, just doing different stuff, working on lighting, doing different things, talking about different things, having different points prepped and stuff like that, pulling things up on the internet to show you guys memes, because I am your meme dealer. I've just been trying to up the quality, and I think that one of the next steps for me is having people on the podcast. So I don't know if I hesitate to say this like this, but I don't know if anybody be interested in BSing with me for a half hour to an hour on a podcast. But if you would be, let me know. I had some people on before, and it was really fun. I had my best friend on before, and it was really, really fun. And it birthed some really cool things on this podcast. So I'm thinking about doing that again, maybe through Zoom, or maybe in here 6 feet apart. I don't really know. I haven't thought it out. I don't think very much. I just escaped prison. I clearly haven't thought this out yet, okay? I don't know if I'm going to get shut down next week because I'm escaped from prison. I might go back in. I don't know, okay? But what I do know is that I'm going to try and up the ante, because I always up the ante. That's what I do. I double, triple down. I triple down on everything. And I'm going to triple down on this podcast again. So get ready for it. Hey, you. I love you. You're the best. Keep your chin up. It's been really great coming here every week and talking to you, whoever you are. I'm glad that you're here, okay? If you're having a good time, then what are you doing keeping all the joy to yourself? Share it with somebody, okay? Share the podcast with somebody. If you're enjoying this thing, every week, I know it's just silly time and whatever, but if you're enjoying it, share it with somebody. If you, if you can simply click a like or, wherever you listen to this, click a like, click a subscribe, that would be really cool. That would help me out. Helps me out tremendously. You don't even know. Yeah, guys, thank you for listening. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace. Once more, with reading. Try that again.